Welcome to an overview of Swindon Commercial Chaplaincy. This is where faith meets the workplace through very personal and exciting encounters with those at work, whoever and wherever they may be. Through this film, some of our chaplains will take you on their journeys throughout Swindon. You will see them in action as they come alongside and befriend those whom they meet as they share the love of God in the workplace. This is a co-op in Old Town where Teresa began her chaplaincy in 2006. Our records show that this was just a trial basis to start with, but she carried on there for the next 6 years roughly. Following her ordination, Teresa moved on to Parks and Walcott.
Hello, I'm Teresa and I'm a retail chaplain in the co-op in Cavendish Square in Swindon. I come in once a week and I talk to the staff, I walk around and talk to the shoppers too if they would like to. And I'm going to introduce you to somebody who I've just met in here. Her name is Sammy and she's come in to shop this morning. Hi Sammy, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
Good. And what are you doing in here today?
Come in to get a few bits and pieces and buy some sweeties for the kids.
Yeah, and you off out afterwards?
We might go off over to the lakes and feed some ducks.
Yeah. Hiya. Yeah. Is this yours? Yeah, gonna hold him. This is Sophia, isn't it? Yes.
I know, it's Teresa.
And we see each other every week, don't we?
We do.
Yes, because you come into the church as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do.
We're just going to go over now and we're going to the library. I'll introduce you to the people over there. Hello again. I'm in the library this time after visiting the co-op, and I come in here every week to see the ladies who work in the library and also anyone else that happens to be in here at the time. I just wander around, chat to people, see how they're going, and also might chat to them about their holiday or what they're going to do this week and how they had a good week. Spend about 20 minutes in here just chatting, and then I move on. For about 5 years, I went to visit the co-op in Old Town, and I did the same as what I was doing here, visited there, but it's a larger shop, so I went into the pharmacy and the travel shop, around the main shop floor, and also in 2 doors away is the funeral care place. There are several stories that I can tell you about my visits there. One such visit was a young man and he was very upset, very distressed when I went there, and he said that he was almost crying because his grandfather was very ill. And I suggested that we go to the coffee shop and have a drink and have a chat about it, which we did before he started work that day. And in the course of conversation, I asked him if he would like me to pray for him, which he did. So we sat in the coffee shop and I said a quick prayer for him. Another time, there's a gentleman whose wife was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and he wanted me to go and visit his wife. So he came to the church that I was at the time and looked me up, and I made a phone call to him and went to visit his wife both in hospital and when she was at home with under the care of the hospice at the time. Afterwards, I was asked and given the privilege of taking her funeral. So it was a great time actually, because the people in the staff there could actually see me in action, showing the love of Jesus to those, not just in the co-op, but all of those that came to the church at the funeral. Over the years, I've got to know many of them really well, and they've become friends. And I think they consider me as their friend as well. I ask them about their family. I know their names and the names of their family, where they've been on holiday, perhaps their pets' names, what their interests are. And they ask me about my family and friends, and I really look forward and enjoy going in to see them. and walking with them, really, walking their journey of life. And it's a real privilege to be able to go into these shops. It leaves me feeling very excited and privileged, and I just have fallen in love with many of them. And actually, when I look back and think before I went there, I would view these people as someone who stack shelves, who are on the checkout, not really think anything very much more about them. But these are real people. They have real lives, real situations which they have to cope with, some of them very difficult and challenging ones. So it's made me look at everyone with different eyes.
Morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Here we go. See what we've got.
I'll see you then.
Good morning. Morning, ladies.
Morning, Leslie. Hi. Yes, we had a lovely time, thank
Nice
you.
to see you again.
Weather's not doing too well for us today, though, is it?
No,
I think we're going to get wet.
No, it's not.
Never
You're going
mind.
to have your normal coffee?
Yes,
please.
Okay.
Right, off we go.
Hello, I'm Mary. I'm one of the local chaplains, and my patch is South Marston Industrial Estate, and we've been coming here, Terry, my colleague, and I, on a Monday morning for the last 2 years. And our favourite stopping point is here at the Spitfire Cafe, where Leslie and her team look after us. And we usually start our morning with a much-needed cup of coffee, and then finish the morning here with a bite to eat before we go home. So, Leslie, what do you think of this service?
Well, I think the service is very good. It's something that is actually needed in today's modern society. And it's nice to see chaplains going out and about down to the various workplaces.
I think the role of the chaplaincy is like a bridge builder, a link or a go-between the church and the local community. So we're here really on behalf of the church to help those in the industrial estate. We've been doing this now 2 years.
Yes, I mean, it is a service, and we are an ecumenical group of chaplains, volunteers, and we don't aim to proselytise or evangelise. We aim to be a listening ear, to be a presence that people can approach with confidence and know that they will have a service designed for them. We've got lots of contacts, thanks to Angela, our boss, so that we can point people in various directions if they have particular needs. And otherwise, I think it's just good for people to know that they have a friendly ear to listen to them. And we're, in a way, a witness, a Christian witness. We're not in a building.
Right, let's go and see someone around here.
Yes.
Look at the Spitfire.
It's quite a nice one, really, isn't it? I suppose that's because they made the Spitfires here during the Second World War, aren't they? This is another place we sometimes pop into it just to say we're here and hello. The ladies work very hard upstairs dealing with all the bookings for the Barnsley's coach trips. And then they've got all the coaches here in the yard, and they give them a clean, and yeah, very busy place.
You're a community shop, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
You're a community shop.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody who comes in here, they say, "Hello, Rose."
Yeah.
Don't they? They
Yeah.
all know you, and they know your staff, and it's
And I have
just...
the advantage that because I deliver newspapers, or I have delivered newspapers to a lot of people, I know their name.
Yeah.
And believe me, in any community, there are a number of people who nobody knows the name of.
No.
Nobody will say hello Mrs. Ferguson, Mrs. Streetley, Mrs. Mr. whatever. Nobody will speak to them that day and speak directly to them. And it's...
But you always do. You always do. Every time I've come in the shop, the moment that somebody comes through the door, you say, hello, how are you? I say about Rose that although I come and see how Rose is, she asks everybody else how they are. You're the biggest chaplain in the whole of Swindon.
But you see, when you ask somebody how they are, you have to be prepared for them to tell you.
Hi, I'm Debbie and this is Sheila. Sheila's shadowing me just at the moment. She's got her commissioning to look forward to in April, yes. So it'll be quite a nice occasion for us all. We look forward to that. So we're going to wander down. I'm going to show roughly where some of the places we go into on a regular basis. So we're going to go, we'll head this way. This is this has been recently refurbished, yes. It's run by a family. Yeah, they're very welcoming. So, look very friendly, yes, they are comfortable. The unintentional shop. I can't see who's in at the moment. Yes, they are. This is Sally, who I've come to see, and we've come in today to do some filming, and we're going to share a little bit about some of the things we talk about. And here we go.
So I'm the chiropractor in Old Town. I set up my business about 9 years ago in total, and I've known Debbie 3 or 4
easily,
years, something of
yes.
that line. We met at a baby conference because I also treat babies as well as adults. I was going to say humans.
I hadn't heard of craniopathy before, had I?
Yes, that's correct.
You see, I've got a whole new vocabulary because of you.
Yeah, and Debbie invited me along to your breakfast club, baby club?
Baby toddler group, yes.
Which was in the church.
Yes.
And that's when I learned that actually you did quite a lot for the church. And one of the disadvantages, I think, of working on your own, although I'm interacting with patients, I'm not necessarily interacting with anyone else, so it can get quite lonely and difficult to keep motivated, and sometimes you just want a good old gossip. Yeah. Which is great, because Debbie's always there to listen to.
And also, it's been good for me as
well. Thank you very much for being here. And what do you do? What is your job in
You're welcome, Angela. I am a bus driver primarily, but I am also the branch secretary of Unite at Thames Land Transport. I have 6 shop stewards underneath me, and we deal with pay deals, terms and conditions for the members, and anything that generates from their problems, really.
And I come in, and I've been coming in to Thames Land Transport now for...
Probably the length of time that I've been here, and I've been here 10 years, so I always remember you coming in, pretty much.
Yeah, so and how have you found the chaplaincy? What benefits have you?
I think the chaplaincy is a very good tool for a shop steward, because a lot of times I can't deal with personal problems that people want to. They don't necessarily want to come and talk to me, and they want a sympathetic ear, which I have got, but that you can deal with things on a personal level, one-to-one. A lot of times when you have drivers talking to me, there's all people along the windows and they're listening to what's going on, and it's not private. So it's good to have a chaplaincy to lean on, because it's a private thing for that person. And we've had many members that have been influenced by your help. So I couldn't have done my job without you doing your job, really.
Oh, that's kind. Thank you. But if the chaplaincy finished, would you notice it?
Oh, definitely, most definitely. I think that as I said before, I would struggle to do my job without you being there at the end of the phone line. And we've also found with drivers that have helped, they've come back to me and said that they appreciate the fact that at a time of a funeral, at a time of a wedding, or at a time of a crisis, they don't say, Angela, come and visit me, and she rams God down my throat. She doesn't say, I'm a vicar, this is my religion, you need to listen to this because I know better. Angela's a working class person who knows what it's like to struggle to pay the bills, who knows what it's like to have nobody that they can rely on. So it's never a case of this is our vicar and we have to watch our P's and Q's around her. Angela's one of us, pretty much, just doesn't drive a bus. So I believe that my job would be very difficult without you, because I can't always have every answer, and it's always good to lean on people that have.
Well, I'm Paul Jenkins, I'm the Managing Director for Thamestown Transport, and we're delighted that you've been able to help us with chaplaincy for our staff. Sometimes our staff do have problems with domestic issues or trouble at work, and knowing that there is some advice and a shoulder to lean on in those times of crisis, I think for many of our staff has proved really helpful and a great assistance in helping them through that period of difficulty in their lives.
Gilly. So it's a relationship, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not like suddenly you've had this vicar.
Absolutely.
You know.
No, I think keeping contact with people so that even when there's no problems and there's good times, that you chat to them and make them feel that they're of interest to you, so that then they might open up a bit more when they do have a problem, and then you can help them, because clearly talking about an issue is usually half the solution to finding the way out of that problem, isn't it? And I know that the quiet but friendly way in which you are able to gain people's trust and help them through those issues has been of great benefit here.
And you feel it's really benefited the company?
Most definitely. It can be a stressful job working, particularly as bus drivers. We're facing the public, trying to keep to time on a timetable, dealing with road traffic conditions. Takes quite a special sort of person. And they do need an outlet sometimes for being able to express problems that they may have that perhaps have been made worse because of the stresses and strains of the job that they do.
Yes. I must admit, I felt particularly when that man was killed, it was no fault of the driver, and I was able to come in then and to talk to everybody. And,
yes, absolutely.
I remember Kevin saying what was helpful for him was that he could talk, because he had to face the driver.
Absolutely.
And then he had someone to down
well,
time
it's
on
of
him.
benefit for a managing director level down. I think being able to talk through issues that sometimes moral quandaries and difficult issues of that nature. But yes, a tragedy at work, or indeed a personal bereavement at home, which could then impact upon work. And I think that's got relevance for employers around the town, that engaging with the chaplaincy, it's in the business's commercial interests as well, because a well-balanced and happy and sorted workforce is usually a much more productive one. One that, if there are personal problems that are impacting upon people's ability to work efficiently and to give of their best, they've got to be addressed. And sometimes somebody coming in from outside lends that impartiality to it, and particularly if they have a faith as well that helps them through that, all the better.
Good morning. How are you? How are you? I've got no biscuits today.
Oh, that's it. What on earth are you doing here?
I know. I should have brought the biscuits. I'm the Reverend Canon Angela Overton Benj, and I am one of the directors, non-executive directors in Swindon, but also chaplaincy in Swindon. So I come here on a regular basis to talk to the staff and see how they are, and just generally befriend them or be there for them, and also as a director see how it's going on, see how the company is working, and what problems they're having, are they successful, or when the next meeting is, and various things that anyone would do as a director, but also as a chaplain, in the sense of seeing how they are the staff well, are there any problems, do they need any support, and I very often bring in biscuits, and I haven't done that today, but I very often bring in biscuits just to cheer them up, and just little treats, because they work very hard here, extremely hard, and very often they get very little support. And it's nice when people just have somebody just say how you are, as we all do. And so that's what I try to do within Swindon, and try and just be a friend, and as well as somebody who has a stake in the company as a non-executive director. So, but they're very hard-working, and they do a lot of work for the town. They're very pivotal in the town, and have raised the profile of the town enormously. And I think they do need true reward for that, and accepted as someone who is very important to the prosperity, the economic prosperity, but also the social structure of this town and its retail sections. And they do a lot of work by putting on various things like festivals and the big screen and all sorts of things. And so that's why I'm here. I just try and help people and support them.
For the town centre, I will be completely honest, you were instrumental in our build up to not only the farmers market but the festive market, and the feedback that we had from the stallholders and the market manager, just making sure that they could have their cups of tea and their comfort breaks, and just really because of the horrendous weather, and some of them were successful, some not so successful, but the feedback that we had, it kept them going and it kept them motivated. So I think that for us was imperative. From my side of things, I think mine is a more personal thing. From a director's perspective, not everybody has the same duty of care, and I think certainly from my side of things, you've kept me focused and you've cared, which is ultimately which has kept me going, and there has been an element of, well, at least somebody cares, which
I hope you have enjoyed this present journey with us. But now, come with us into the future, where we hope to grow and increase our presence within the town centre and with other commercial activities in Swindon. This includes the work and the training that takes place in the Front Room Job Club, so that we meet a greater number of people and their needs. For this, we will require more chaplains, more partnerships, and continuing support with funding.